All right, welcome back. Today is a day of upgrading. We are upgrading our app. Okay, so I went ahead and changed these button sizes because I did not like the 30 by 30. I made all these a little bit bigger, 45 by 45. And then I kept it congruent with these down here and made these 45 by 45. Um, I can show you how to upgrade this face right here to make it a circular button. And then I'm going to put a fancy button here in Gimp. And then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to put a new layout in, and I'm going to show you how to do a table arrangement today. I'm going to put this table arrangement up here. Um, I'm going to make its width fill parent. And once again, guys, this is all upgrading. So if you want to do this, I'm going to give you some ideas what I'm going to do here. This right here, this button up here is going to be like a magic mystery button. And when you click it, you're going to get some random color. So I'm going to show you how to do random number generators because that's a good thing to learn. And then right in here, I'm going to put in 3 sliders. And they'll be able to pick any color in the world. Okay, these colors right here will generate any color that we want. RGBs go from 0 to 255 red, 0 to 255 blue, 0 to 255 green. So I'm going to take 256 times 256 times 256, and that's like 7 million different colors that we're going to generate with just 3 sliders. So instead of me putting in a bunch of different button colors, are you with me? I'm going to upgrade to just sliders, and they can pick 7 million different colors. Can we put 7 million buttons on the page? No, but I can put 3 sliders on the page and let them pick from any other color in the world. So how many columns do I want? I want 2 columns and 3 rows. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and get some sliders. And let's go get a slider. Slider 1, and slider 2, and slider 3. And then next to it, I'm going to have a label. Okay, I'm going to have a label in each one of these. And there they are. Okay, and I better go ahead and change the color of these labels. So let's go red. Let's go green here. And this will be, no, I'm sorry. That middle one will be green because I'll go red, green, blue. So let me start up here. This one will be, text color will be red. And this one right here will be green. And this one down here will be blue. Okay, so I am mimicking the red, green, blue. Okay, so let's go up here. This is going to be renamed SLD red. And its max value is 255. Min value is 0. Thumb position is somewhere in the middle. I'll say 125. Let's see. The left is going to be red, and that'll be gray. And then over here, we'll name this one SLD green. And I'll do the similar fashions for this. So this is 255, 0, middle is around 225. The left-hand side, I'm going to make it green. Right-hand side, I'll be gray. And then I go down to the next one, rename it SLD blue. Okay. And I do the same thing I did before. 255, 0. Thumb position starts in the middle at 125. Okay. Let's go ahead and make these fill parents so that they go ahead and push those over to the side. I want these sliders to be fill parents so that they push that and fill up as much as this as we possibly can. Okay. All right, so those are my sliders. And I'll go ahead and change their text. When you slide it to the thumb position, you're going to register what number you're on in the label. That's why I have Let's go ahead and name these labels right now so you know what they are. This is going to be LBL red. And do you guys see why I use different names now? LBL, I can have red used multiple times. I have BTN red, I have SLD red, and now I have LBL red. Are you with me on that? So I have 3 reds. Are they all the same? No, they're all different, right? I have SLD, which is a slider for red. I have a label for red, LBL red, and I have now a button for red, BTN red. Are you guys with me on this? So when I see this stuff in code, I know what I'm talking about. All right, this is going to be green. And this one here is going to be LBL blue. And we're ready to go, okay? So I'm going to get these to work. I'm going to get a fancy button in here. This is going to be my magic mic button. Not magic mic, but just the mystery button. Okay, BTN mystery. Okay. So when they click on the mystery button, they can get some. You guys ever seen those jelly beans? You guys ever seen that jelly bean pack where it's the mystery jelly beans? You ever seen that? Where like you don't know what flavor it is. I heard they have some really gross jelly bean flavors too. Skunk, shoes, dirty socks. Yeah, that's gross. So this mystery button is going to be like that. We're going to go ahead and put a question mark in there. And let's go ahead and do that now. We'll just put a question mark in there. Question mark. And that question mark will go right in there. Size fonts I have. And then, okay, so now let's go put some fun buttons in there. Now, you guys know this pixel, this is 45 by 45. Are you with me on that? So now I'm going to go ahead and start my Gimp. I'm going to do a little bit of Gimp work here to make a fancy professional button. So let me show you a little bit of Gimp work, how to do Gimp. You good? You know what you're doing? Why aren't you doing your GUI? All right, so you got to make that then. You guys have to make your GUI. Are you with me? I have videos out there how to make the GUI. I have videos out there how to do the basic code. Now I'm doing a video right now how to upgrade your code. Are you with me on this? So if you're behind, you're missing something, you got to go hit a video. Okay? And you can't sit. That's the only thing you can't do in this class is sit. So watch this. I'm going to go File, New Button. And I know this button's going to be 45 by 45. Are you guys with me on that? That's the size of my button. Okay? So there it is. I now can blow this up. I'm going to use my circle tool because I have a circular button, right? So watch this. I'm going to drop in a circle, go to the top right-hand corner, and drag that down there. Notice down at the bottom it says I have a perfect 45 by 45 rectangle. So that means I can get it perfect. I release, and now I can go do this fill button here, okay? And so this menu comes up, and I want some really cool, like, patterns, okay? And so now down here, let's see, where's I want. I'm looking for my really cool, oh, here it is, transparency. This is what I'm looking for. So I like this tool here. It's called a blending tool. Okay, so click on this blending tool, and then I click here on gradients, and now I can go get these really cool preset colors. Okay, so now since I'm going to make this a mystery color, and it could be any color in the world, I'm going to make it a rainbow. So I'm going to go through here and look for a rainbow. Like these right here, see this one? I'm going to click on that, and now I can do all these really cool stuff here and that. See that? And then I hit Control Z if I don't like it, and then I can go back to like conical. You guys with me on that? And you can make this really cool stuff just by doing this. There's swirl in here. This swirl's pretty cool. See that? Isn't that cool? So I did that just by using that blend tool. I love this tool, okay? And if you don't like it, I just hit Control Z, and you can go really small. See that? And you can go really big. Or I'm just going to drag one from the center out. Okay, and that's my button. So now I click on this button. I'm going to add the alpha channel. And then I'm going to go over here to do my color picker, and I'm going to click on the outside and hit delete. Now I have a transparent button, and it'll only see that round part. All the checkerboard stuff is transparent, and you won't see it. When you're done with your button and you like it, what you want to do now is go to File. I don't need you anymore. Thank you for being there. File, Export, and I'm going to go ahead and export that back to my documents. And let's go look for ICS1 and Digital Doodle. And there it is. I'll put it in here, and I'll call this mystery button. Okay, dot, you have to save it a PNG. If you save it as a JPEG, it will not handle the transparencies, and that stuff will still be white. So if you want to handle the transparencies, you have to make it a PNG. And if you guys want to do an extra credit paper on that, if you want to just go to the internet, Wikipedia, and write a small paragraph paper on what's the difference between a PNG and a JPEG, okay, you're going to find out PNGs handle transparencies. JPEGs are lower in memory, lesser quality, but can't handle transparencies. Okay, so then I just hit export, and now the only thing you have to remember here is if this save color values from transparent pixels is ever on, unclick it, hit export. Now that goes back into my folder. Let's go to my MIT. Here's my question mark mystery button. I'm going to go to my image, upload, choose a file, and Digital Doodle. I just saw it. There it is. Open, and I should have a pretty cool button up here. There it is. Okay, you guys like that? So that's how you do a fancy button. I made that button in Gimp, and now it looks pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm ready to go ahead and start putting in code. So let's go ahead and write some code for this. And what is this? Did we not write code yesterday? We did? You know what I think I did? I think I used period 6 for you guys. Okay. Okay, so I guess I have to start over here to get code to work. So I'm going to call the camera. I'm going to call the camera to take a picture. And then I'm going to say after I'm done taking a picture, I want to go ahead and set it to my canvas's background. So I scroll down. I'm going to go really quick here today because I've already done this video. I just got to set this to get it to work. Set my background image to this image right here. This is kind of like one of those coins in Mario where you want to go see it and see what's in there that says get image. I'm ready to go. So that's the image. Now I want to go to do red, blue, and green. Here's a red button. When you click on this red button, what am I going to do? I'm going to set the color of the canvas. The background, I'm going to set the paint color. That's the color I paint with. To go up here to this color box and get a color, which is going to be red. Now I'm going to copy and paste this. Duplicate 1, duplicate 2. Now I'm going to have a green button. What color is this going to go to? Green. Imagine that. This is going to be a blue button. What's this going to go to? Blue. Imagine that. Now all my painting is done. Now I have to be able to paint on the canvas. So I go back to my canvas, and when I drag on my canvas, I'm going to draw a line. So I go back in here, and there it is. I draw a line. And I don't want start X, start Y. People have done this and got some really funky lines. So you want previous X. So click on previous X, get the previous X, previous Y, current X, current Y. Do you guys remember doing all this yesterday? You guys good on this? Okay, I'm going really quick because we did this yesterday. Okay, so now I can draw a line. Now what do I want to do? In my brain, I'm just moving through the checklist in my GUI. I want to get the accelerometer to work. So when I shake it, I want to go to the canvas and clear my canvas. Okay, So now I can clear my canvas. You guys remember doing that? What else do we want? BTN voice to work. So when I click on BTN voice, I'm going to call my speech recognizer, tell it to get the text, and then after I get my speech recognizer, I need to send my text. Did we put a label in here? No, we didn't. So what I want to do is put a label in here, and I'm going to call this label. That's a checkbox. Why is that a checkbox? Delete, delete, delete. Where is label at? I accidentally chose the wrong thing. Okay, so that is LBL voice. Okay, and I better make that something that you can see. So that should probably be, I don't know. How about blue? All right. So I'm going to go back into my text and speaker recognizer. I'm going to go to this the LBL voice. There it is. I'm going to set its text, not text color, set text to get result. Okay, and then I have to do an if statement to find out what the result is. Okay, that's an if statement. It's in your control box. It's that nice khaki box up there. So now I have to do a logical evaluator on what they said. If get result is equal to, if they said erase, if they said delete, if they said clear. So now I go get a text and find out what they said. Okay, so if they say clear, what am I going to do? Basically, I'm just going to go up here and clear the canvas again. So I'm going to duplicate this. Now, that is not enough if statements for me because I want to do clear, I want to do delete, I want to do erase. Okay, so I'm going to go to the mutator button, and I'm going to put a bunch of elfs in here. Okay, that's called a mutator button. Mutator means to change, and I'm changing the if. I'm going to copy this, and if they say delete, I'm going to clear the canvas. I'm going to just copy this. It's really the same thing. And if they say erase, I'm going to clear the canvas. You guys with me on this? We good? Okay. What happens if they say orange? What could we do? What could I do? I could change the paint color to orange, couldn't I? Okay, so let me show you this. So you go to your canvas. Where's my canvas at? There it is, canvas. And remember we changed the paint color? So I can set the paint color to, go up here, get a color. And where's orange at? Is that orange? Is that orange? That's not orange. That's orange. Okay, you with me? I changed the paint color to orange. So could I do that? Yeah. Okay. What happens if they said magenta? Could I change the paint color to magenta? Yes, I could. Okay, so this could be part of your, where's the magenta at? I thought for sure there was a magenta in there. Let's go to colors. There it is. Isn't that magenta? Isn't that magenta? Okay. All right, so I mean that could be part of your upgrading, and I showed you that because if that's what you want to do, there you go. That's how you could voice command it to change colors. You need to keep your voice commands simple, like orange, magenta, erase. Don't have like please erase my canvas because all that's a mouthful, and Siri or Iris may not pick up on what words you're saying exactly. Okay, any questions about voice commands? All right, so now I'm ready to do my sliders. Are you ready to do sliders? Sliders are fairly easy. So up here is just this one position change of your slider. And then what I'm going to do is lbl red.text. I'm going to show it in there. I'm setting the LBL red label to the get thumb position. Okay. And now every time we go ahead and change a color, we need to set the color of the canvas. So this is where it gets a little tricky, but I can show you this. I've done it many times, so I can show you this real quick. I want to go ahead and set the canvas paint color to, and then here I'm going to go to my color, but now the color is going to be made up of a red, green, and blue. So if you go into here, see this color right here? This color, see these three numbers, 255, 0, and 0? These are the numbers that I'm making, okay? So like right here, I'm going to replace this red. This is red, green, and blue. So you just got to remember RGB. The first one's red, the second one is blue, and the next one is... Should I show you how to do variables? Do you want me to show you how to do variables? Let me show you how to do variables, okay? So let's make some variables. So we'll go in here into variables, and you initialize the global variable. Okay, I'll make 3 variables here, okay? And this is how you make a variable. You just give it a name. So I'm going to call it the red value. And right here, I'll call this the green value. So this is how you make variables. Like, what's a variable? You guys ever played Pac-Man or something when you're keeping score? And you want to say, okay, every time he gets a dot, score is score plus 100. That score is a variable. Maybe you have Pac-Man has a number of lives. That's every time you have like something that's being calculated, that is a variable. You want to make a variable out of it, okay? This is the red, green, and blue value. So this is cool because now this is a now we're creating variables, and this is pretty exciting. So they're going to start out at numbers. Okay. Okay. So now when you also move this, so what I'm going to do is now watch this. Go back into your variables. These weren't here, but now guess what's going to show up? These set these variables. When I click on this, you're going to see them. There's blue, green, and red. Okay, so there's my red value. I want to set the red value to the thumb position. Okay, and now the cool thing about this is now this green value right here, this is going to be my red value. So I just go ahead and get it. And there you go. Okay, it's going to take that red value from the slider. It records it in the red value in memory, and now I can use that in mathematical equations. Okay, and now basically I'm just going to copy this. Okay, it's not going to like that until I change it. And I'm going to say, okay, this is SLD green, and this one is going to be the green value, and this one's going to be the green label, and this one... Oh, I know what I did this wrong. I know what I have to do here. Okay. Yeah, I just thought about this. I got to duplicate this. Every one of these has to be a variable. So this is going to be red, green, and that's even better because now this should make more sense to you. Does that make more sense now? Now this is going to actually show you, hey, that's the red value, this is the green value, this is the blue value. Okay, so that's perfect. Let me pitch this. Okay, and now I can just duplicate this one because I've already done it. Okay, and now this one's going to be my green. This is going to be my green value. This is going to be my green label. And this one, and those are the same. So you're done. Okay, copy this one, duplicate. And now this one's going to be, what slider is this going to be? Blue. And this one's going to be the blue value. And this one's going to be the blue label. And those are all the same. Okay, so why did I have to have a variable in here? Because when I change the variable up here, the slider up here, now it can travel with me. And whatever number that I moved up there, it'll move down there. Okay, and now that should set the paint color. Okay. Would you guys like to see the paint color before you start to paint? Should we put something on there where like every time you change a slider, it automatically changes that little box so you can see it first? Okay, so let's go back to designer and let's figure that out. So all right, so I have a table arrangement. Let me think. What could I do with my table arrangement? Um, all right, I have an idea. So, um, can I color the background of my table arrangement? No. Okay, table arrangements must be a little bit different than horizontals, because horizontal arrangements would allow me to color in their background. Doesn't look like here they are. Um, so what can I put on my screen to show you the color? I'm thinking. So let me go back here. Maybe I can go to table arrangement and 2 columns by, how about we go to a 3rd column here? And now in this 3rd column, maybe I just put a button here. Didn't like that, did it? Here. Didn't like that, did it? Why did it not like that? Okay, there it is. All right, so we'll just make this, I'll just call this BTN color. Okay. So what's going to happen here is this color is going to constantly change. Every time you do a slider, this button is going to change. We'll call it my color. Okay. So what'll happen here then is every time you change the color, I'll go down here to the BTN color, and I'll change its, let's see if it's, here, that's text color. Yes. Yes. Sure. John Walker, can you go down to your library for map testing? Hmm? Yeah. What's that? After them? What do you mean after them? I don't understand the question. So let me finish this thought real quick. So do you see how these blocks get really big really quick, but I really didn't do a whole lot of work? Okay, so now every time you change one of these sliders, you are going to change that button color. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this, and then I'm going to answer that question. Okay, is that all right? Can you give me a minute? Let me run this. See if we can get this to work. And let's go ahead and, I did a lot here in a little bit amount of time. Connect, connect, reset, connect, AI Companion, MIT, scan in the QR code. Everybody getting good at scanning in your app? Pretty easy. Okay, so do you see how that color is changing? Okay, the only thing I don't like is my sliders are not going fill parent. Not liking that at all. Not liking that at all. So I need to do some work on that and get my slider to go to fill parent. I might have to do 3 horizontal arrangements. You with me on that? That's what I might have to do, because I don't like the way this table arrangement's working. It's not letting me fill parent. I don't know why. All right, let me field that question. Cooper, what's your question? All right, so now I'm putting in these horizontal arrangements. I need to go background color is none. Background color is none. Background color is none. All right, so now I'm going to go and get my, this slider goes up here, and this text goes up here. That worked out well. This one goes in here. And notice how these shrink down when you put these in here. Okay. Don't want that on that side, so I drag this one over. I want it on that side. Takes a little bit of mouse work to do this, but it's not that hard. That does go to the other side. All you have to do is just drag them around. Okay. Now I don't really need this color. Maybe I could. I guess I'll put this color. Where can I put this color at? Here. This is a table arrangement. I can hit delete. And now we're back. Okay. Maybe I could put this color up here. There you go. I'll put that color up there. That'll be the color. Okay. So now let's go ahead and since those are all round, let's go ahead and make that round. And I will make that the same. I'll make that 45 by 45. You want to keep your stuff congruent, okay? Keep your shapes congruent. It's kind of like, you ever seen a house that had every window was different? Would that look cool if you had a house and every window was different? That's your house? Sorry. You know, your windows need to be similar in size. Your brain likes that, okay? So that's my color. And now let's go ahead and run this. It should look a lot better. Oh, you guys want to do the first name and have Siri say hello? Okay. So let's go here. And what we'll do is I will go down here and I will make a global variable. Global, let me explain global real quick. Global means if you make a variable global, global can either be local or global. A variable can either, I think I said that wrong. A variable can either be global or local. If it's local, it can only be used in that little block. And once that block's over, it's dead. It no longer exists. It's like the Jason Bourne theory. Has anyone seen Jason Bourne movies? He did not exist. Okay? When you guys are old enough, they're great shows. I love them. Jason Bourne did not exist. So that's kind of how these variables are. If it's local, when you're outside that block, it no longer exists. If it's global, it's alive the entire scope of this program, and I can use it anywhere that I want. Think about global, right? The whole globe, right? Your US dollar, is it global or local? Local, right? The US dollar is only good in the United States. Even if you go to Mexico and Canada now, you're going to need, you know, you need to convert to Canadian dollars. And then if you go to Mexico, you need to go to pesos. Are you with me? And if you go to euros, Europe, you need to go to euros. If you go to China, you need to go to yens. Are you with me? Okay, so they're not global. We don't have a global currency. So when you create a variable, let's call this first name. I can use first name anywhere I want in the program. Now, this is a name, not a number. So what I have to do here is initialize this to be nothing, a blank text. You guys with me on that? So now, let's go down to our BTN voice button. This is going to be fun. After getting text. So when we click on BTN voice, I want a speech to text to come up. Oh, I don't have that. So let me go to designer. I'm going to go to media. I want text to speech. I haven't shown you guys text to speech yet. Oh my God, text to speech is like my favorite thing in the world. Okay. You guys ever hear where like Iris comes on? You ever had GPS before? When you're running GPS and it says turn right at exit 62, that's text to speech. Okay. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to go in here to text to speech. I don't know if this is going to work. Because I'm thinking if we start recording, it's going to record what Siri says. Are you with me? I don't know. We'll see if this works. I'm just going to see. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. So I'll say, hello, what is your name? And then what I would need to do right here is set the variable. How can I record? I may need like a voice recorder here. Five minutes left. I may need something else here. Let me go back to my designer and see if I could use like a. Yeah, I might need a sound recorder to get their name. Are you with me? Okay, so let me put a sound recorder in here because I think I need a sound recorder to get their name. Okay, now let's go back to blocks. And unless I might be able to do two speech recognizers in there to get their first name. You with me? I have to think how to do this. Let me work on this today, and I'll figure this out. And here, this is something cool here. Let me show you this. By the way, this is getting kind of crazy here. So what you want to do is you can shrink this and then just drag this stuff down. Okay. And then here's my global variables. Thought I had 3 of them. Where'd the other one go? I think it's underneath here. There it is. And then I can drag this up a little bit. And then I can blow this up. And now I can start to make this if a little bit bigger. Okay. And now I can say, what happens if they say Mr. Richter is awesome? Okay, so if they say Mr. Richter is awesome, what am I going to say? So now I'm going to use my speech, text-to-speech recognizer, and I'm going to send them a message back and say, thank you. Not as awesome as you. You with me? So I'm going to just communicate to this person. If they say Mr. Richter's awesome, say thank you, not as awesome as you. Or I could say thank you, you rock. Let's say that. It's a little bit easier. Thank you. You rock. Okay? So let me test that. Connect. Reset. Connect. AI companion. Here we go. MIT, scan it in. There it is. There's my sliders. Are they working? Yes. So now I can choose any color that I want. You guys with me on that?
Hello, what is your name?
See, it picked up your name from the girl. Okay, so that's going to be a problem.
Hello, what is your name?
Mr. Richter. So it got it in what is your name. So that's going to be a problem because I have her talking and then I'm recording what she's going to be saying every time. So I got to figure that out, how I can separate those. Okay. So right now, what do I not want? Where's my voice at? I got to take this out. Okay. Mr. Richter is awesome. It said Miss Director's awesome. So that's why you always want to look to see what you're saying. Mr. Richter is awesome. Mr. Richter is awesome. What did I write? So now I have to match up my text. Mr. Looks like there's a space in there. Yeah, there's a space in there. All right, you're out the door with more. Mr. Richter is awesome.
Thank you, you rock.
Do you guys hear her say, thank you, you rock? Okay.